United States. Richard Arnold, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Darren.
We've talked a lot about these new security cameras and the X-ray cameras. What's the latest?
Well, it's a story we've been expecting just recently. The officials who oversee security at American airports have started this new pat-down procedure. We've spoken about this, where they use the front of the hands instead of the back of the hands, and they search the groin and the breast areas of passengers who are singled out. Well, this happened to John Tyner, a 31-year-old software programmer who was planning to fly this past weekend from San Diego to see his father-in-law. He'd been reading about the new scanners as well, and he didn't like these for privacy and health reasons. That's the stand taken also by pilots and flight crews. So he actually checked the airport website, found no mention of the scanners, and says he was surprised to find them when he arrived at the airport. So he opted out. And then he was told he would have to be patted down, including this groin search, which the agent explained to him. Tyner had switched on his mobile phone recorder, and that was sitting on his bag nearby, so he had the thought to do that. And it actually caught the moment, as Tyner said he would not consent, although he put this a bit more graphically.
We could do that out here, but if you touch my junk, I'm going to have you arrested.
You touch my junk and I'll have you arrested.
Actually,
security is everyone's
we're going to have a
responsibility.
supervisor here because of your state.
Sure that
Okay.
So the supervisor arrives, explains the options again. No groin search, no travel, says Tyner.
Okay, I don't understand how a sexual assault can be made a condition of my flying.
This is not considered a sexual
Well,
assault.
she says that if you fly, you give up rights in the process of doing that. So that was the bottom line. He left the airport after they threatened a civil suit against him, never made the trip.
Gee. Okay, mate. There'll be more of this. Thanks. Bye now.
Did you get a reaction from that video? Well, we sure did. The little girl you saw getting searched against her will, obviously, at an airport is the 3-year-old daughter of our own Steve Simon.
Yeah, that incident led Steve to ask the Transportation Security Administration some important questions, and the answers can help all of us, frankly. Steve is here, and it was probably tough on you, but for Mandy, it had to have been frantic.
She was a little bit scared, but also a little bit cranky as well. She's okay tonight,
She's
by the way.
3.
Yeah, she's 3 years old. But first, I want to make it very clear, and I understand, I want to let you know that there has to be some sacrifice and some balance when it comes to security at the airport. But when I came home from that trip recently, that balance just didn't feel right. Let's face it, kids, airports, and security can be a tough mix.
It's a big pain in the butt.
And last month at the airport in Chattanooga, Tennessee, my 3-year-old daughter, Mandy, went from this happy little girl to this during an ordeal through security. My cell phone has about 17 seconds of this. Here, a TSA employee we've decided not to show is patting down Mandy while my wife holds her. First, they tried a handheld metal detector. Mandy was not in the mood. And the TSA employee, well, in my opinion, did not know how to communicate to her. All of this started after Mandy's teddy bear was taken away for screening through the X-ray. And that started the crying, which meant Mandy had a tough time going through one of those metal detectors. It also meant the alarm went off twice. And TSA officials tell me when that alarm goes off twice, everyone, no matter how old you are, must be hand searched.